Um, let's get started with the roll call. Ms. Karen Chu, would you provide the roll call for us?
Yes, good morning, Chairman of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee. Roll call for the special meeting of the second. Honorable Daniel Issa.
I'm here.
Thank you. Honorable Daniel Issa is present. Honorable Carl Slater. Honorable Carl Slater. Honorable Paul Begay. Thank you. Honorable Paul Begay is present. Honorable Pernell Halona.
Hello, Ms. President.
Thank you. Honorable Pernell Halona is present. Honorable Charlene So.
I'm present.
Thank you. Honorable Charlene So is present. Honorable Edison J. Wanika.
Here.
Thank you. Honorable Edison J. Wanika is present. Honorable Carl Slater. Chairman, we have 5 members present upon roll call and 1 member not entering roll call. Chairman?
Thank you. And then let the record show Honorable Vice Chair Carl Slater did inform the chair that he would be approximately an hour and a half late to this meeting. With that, Honorable Edison Wanika, could you provide us the invocation for this morning?
Thank you, Chair. Can you hear me?
Oh,
okay. Thank you. Let's say a word of prayer before we start our meeting. Our Heavenly Father, we come before Thee this beautiful morning. We're so thankful for the good night's rest that we had and for this new day for us to take care of the things we need to. We're so thankful for one another, for the support that we have for one another. We're so thankful for our families, for our loved ones. Bless each and every one of them that You might have Thy Spirit to be with them. Our leadership, our president, vice president, council delegates, and the local leaders, chapter officials, and all the leaders at the local level. And for our managers, our executive directors, people that work within the government. Bless each and every one of them, that They might have Thy Spirit to be with them, that They might continue to provide the services that is needed throughout the nation. We're so thankful for our elders, for their support in all that we do, and for our children. Bless them that they might continue to pursue their education. And bless us that we might be able to provide the needs that they have so they can continue to pursue their education. And Father, we ask that blessing might be upon our veterans. They might have Thy Spirit to be with them. Those that are still out in the different areas in the world that have a conflict, They might continue to provide the security that we need. We're so thankful for them, and we're so thankful for the services that they provided so that we can continue to be at liberty in all that we do. We're so thankful, Father, for all the blessings, and we're so thankful for the responsibility that we have, for the trust that people have put in us to provide the services that is needed. Father, bless us that we might do so with thy spirit, that we might always be mindful of the needs of the people, that we might always come to a consensus that will be beneficial to all those that are coming before us. Father, be with us at this time as we discuss the concerns that we have, that we might be able to understand one another, that we might be able to come to a consensus that will be beneficial to the employees of the Navajo Nation. Father, bless all those that will be helping us, that we might be able to understand one another, that we might be able to come to a conclusion for those that will be coming before us. And Father, be with us in all that we do. And we're so thankful for the moisture that we've been getting, Father. And we're so thankful for the prayers that have been answered, for the people that have been pursuing to get the moisture that we're getting, Father. And we're so thankful for all the blessings. Father, be with us now as we take care of our meeting, that we might do so in a pleasing manner before thee. These things we humbly pray for in thy Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Yeah, Don Tele, thank you for the prayer for guidance, wisdom for knowledge. Tele committee members, all the folks on the call. We appreciate everybody calling in, and at this time we go to the committee for announcements. Do you have any announcements?
Chair, quick announcement.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to have Teresa Fernandez Ledger is going to be at the chapter this afternoon, or visit there. I think it's at 1. I can't remember the exact time, but it's later on in the afternoon, 1 to 3, I believe. Chair, that's the only announcement I have right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Halona. Is that why you're not in the chambers yet? So, Priscilla answers now us. We'll see what we can conclude so you can go lobby her for course programs and funding. Committee members, anybody else? The only, from the chair, the only announcement, I just got a text from LDA Melinda Sioko that they were having a Zoom and teleconference call for LDAs. It was announced that the chapters are encouraged to finalize their projects and finalize their expenditure plans by this Friday. So this is quite a bit of news. So just to give you a heads up, committee members. Anybody else? Miss Angelita Benali, do you have any announcements for the committee?
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee. There are no announcements at this time. I did look on my email for any Navajo or special meetings or the council special sessions, and there are none that are indicated. Mr. Chair?
Thank you, Ms. Benali. Let's then go to item number 2, recognizing guests and visiting officials. For the folks on the call, would you please introduce yourself and acknowledge to the committee that you are present in person, on the Zoom call or teleconference by phone?
Good morning, Chairman So and members of the Health, Education, Human Services Committee. This is Deanna Nesugishi, Navajo Division of Social Services. We are available today. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Priscilla Fowler, Division of Human Resources on the call.
Good morning, Chair. This is Jordan City with the BOS committee members.
Good morning, committee members, Chair. This is Oliver Arbizo, Division of General Services. We're on the call today. Thank you.
Morning, this is Paul Spruan from the Nomination Department of Justice with Louis Millette. Thank you. Good morning, all.
Good morning. This is Darlene Pino from Nazis on Navajo Mountain Chapter Vice President. Thank you.
Good morning. This is Loya Hanachne Henderson with OLC on the call today. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the Human Education and Human Services Committee. This is Racita Toddy. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, ma'am.
Scheduled on October 10th. Orlando. Okay. October 10th. Yeah, I'm going there.
Good morning, Senate and House members. This is Tommy Sophie from Office of the Speaker on the line. Have a good morning. Thank you.
Good morning, members of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee. This is Peggy Nakai. I'm with the Office of Legislative Services. Thank you for your call.
Good morning, Chair, committee members. This is Michelle Morris with Department of Health.
Hello, anybody else?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. This is Dr. Moffett with the Department of Diné Education. Thank you.
Good morning, council members, HESI committee members, Dr. Begay here. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, let's proceed. Again, to all the folks on the call, I appreciate your attention to the committee special meeting. Let's go to item number 3, reviewing and adopting the special meeting agenda. Ms. Angelique Benali, please proceed. Hello, can you hear me? Ms. Benali, let's proceed with item number 3.
Let me unmute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, if there are Navajo Nation employees within your division or department who have not received a general wage adjustment for 2020 through 2021 or 2021 through 2022, what is the timeline your division or department will plan to guarantee and confirm that all Navajo Nation? Yes.
Yes, I meant reviewing and adopting the agenda.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm reading off the agenda, Mr. Chair.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't audible when you started at the top.
Okay. Do you want me to start all over again?
Please.
Okay. All right, Mr. Chair and members of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee. You have your proposed agenda for the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee, 24th Navajo Nation Council, special meeting, October 3rd, 2022, 10 a.m. Presiding the Honorable Daniel E. So, Chairperson, the Honorable Carl R. Slater, Vice Chairperson. Place is the Navajo Nation Council Chambers, also the via telecommunications, Winter Rock, Navajo Nation, Arizona. 1, call meeting to order, roll call, invocation, announcements. 2, recognize guests and visiting officials. 3, review and adopt agenda. 4, review and adopt the journal. None. 5 are reports, and the special meeting questions for the reports are going to be as follows. I have all the Navajo Nation employees within your division or department receive the general wage adjustment for 2020 through 2021. I have all the Navajo Nation employees within your division or department receive the general wage adjustment for 2021 through 2022. And if there are Navajo Nation employees within your division or department who have not received a general wage adjustment for 2020 through 2021 or 2021 through 2022, what is the timeline your division or department will plan to guarantee and confirm that all Navajo Nation employees have retroactively received the general wage adjustment? And the additional invited presenters are Mr. Cordell Shorty with the contracts and grants section of OMB, Mr. Dominic Bial, Executive Director for OMB, Elizabeth Begay, Controller with the Office of the Controller, Robert Willie, General Accounting Manager for the Office of the Controller, Mr. Paul Spruan, attorney with the Litigation and Employment Unit within Navajo DOJ. Louis Millette, attorney with the Litigation and Employment Unit with Navajo DOJ. Mel Rodas, attorney for the Tax and Finance Unit for NDOJ. Kristen Lowell, Tax and Finance Unit for the Navajo DOJ. Chris Snyder, attorney for the Human Services and Government Unit for Navajo DOJ. Dr. Papilia Fowler, Executive Director for the Department of Personnel Management. Thomasita Woody, Human Resource Director, Administration for the Department of Personnel Management. Rosita Toddy, HR Classification and Pay Manager for the Department of Personnel Management. Garrick Sosi, Position Control Analyst, Support Services for the Department of Personnel Management. And under reports, continuing is A, it would be the Division of Human Resources. Presenter is Dr. Papilia Fowler, Division Director for the Division of Human Resources. B, Division of General Services. Presenter is Mr. Oliver Arviso, Division Director for Division of General Services. C, Department of Dene Education. Presenters are Dr. Harold Begay, Superintendent of Schools, Department of Dene Education. Dr. Carmen Moffett, Department of Deputy Superintendent, Department of Dene Education. D, Veterans Administration. Presenter is Mr. James Zering, Executive Director for Veterans Administration. E, Division of Social Services. Presenters are Mr. Gilbert Yazzie, Senior Program and Project Specialist, Human Resources. Brenda Sosi, Principal, Accounting, Finance, Management Section. Rhonda Gishi, Contract Analyst, Administration Accounting. Regina Yazzie, Department Manager 3, Department of Family Services. Deanna Nesbitt Gishi, Executive Director for the Division of Social Services. F, the Navajo Department of Health. Presenters Dr. Jill Jim, Executive Director for Navajo Department of Health. 6, new business. 7, old business, both none. 8, close of meeting, announcements and adjournment, and the next meeting. Mr. Chair.
I'm on mute. Thank you, Ms. Benali. Committee members are now in the council chambers, so if our colleagues want to dive in and join us, you're certainly welcome. Let's entertain a motion.
Motion Delegate Paul Dubuque.
Thank you, Mr. Che. Honorable Paul Begay makes the motion to adopt the agenda that's been read into the record. Do I hear a second? Going twice. Second by Honorable Edison Wanika. Committee members, any discussion, addition, or deletion? If not, let's proceed with the vote. Change this around. Okay. Thank you, committee members. If there's no changes, let's go ahead and do the roll call vote.
Yes, Chairman, roll call vote for the adopting of the agenda. Honorable Carl Slater, how do you vote? Honorable Carl Slater, how do you vote? Honorable Paul Begay, how do you vote?
Gabriel Paul would screen.
Yes, thank you. Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona. Honorable Pernell Halona. Honorable Charlene So, how do you vote?
I vote green.
Andre Juanita, how do you vote? Thank you, Honorable Edison. Chairman, we have 3 members voting in the affirmative, 0 opposing, Chairman not voting, and 2 members not voting. Chairman?
Thank you. Thank you for the roll call vote. That's now committee members basically wanted to have this day's proceedings to be in a hearing format. However, on the advice of Chief Legislative Counsel and some aspects of the legalities, we couldn't proceed in that manner. So the special meeting will basically be in the form of report, and basically then we would have folks send their reports in, send spreadsheets to verify what they present to the committee. We will proceed in that manner. Committee members. So, Ms. Benali, guide the committee forward.
Mr. Chair, you have your 5A, the Division of Human Resources, and presenters are Dr. Victoria Fowler, Division Director for the Division of Human Resources. And she is online.
Hokushila, committee members, each of the division directors and their presenters, they would basically do the 3 items that are listed as Roman numeral 1, 2, and 3. The small I, small double I, and small triple I. Committee members. That's what each of the folks within the oversight of Health, Education, and Human Services Committee will present. With that, let's have Dr. Cecilia Fowler be the first one to present. Thank you.
Yat Eshe, other honorable members of the Health, Education, and Human Service Committee. I got this notice and quickly acted on it by making contact with our Department of Personnel Management. So with my report, number 1, have all the Navajo Nation employees within your division and department received a general wage adjustment for 2020 and 2021? My response, yes. Number 2, have all the Navajo Nation employees within your division and department received the general wage adjustment for 2021 and 2022? Yes. And this was confirmed with our Department of Personnel Management, Ms. Toddy. Number 3, If there are any Navajo Nation employees within your division department who have not received a general wage adjustment for 2021, 2021, or 2021 to 2022, what is the timeline your division department will plan? As I've indicated, we do all our documentation for the general wage adjustment within our division is up to date. However, for the upcoming 2022 and 2023, we are starting to make that process. Of course, we have to be in contact and coordination with OMB and OOC as well. And understand that with this, the general fund that is allocated, and then we do have some that are temporary and that have changed in assignment. Those are some of the areas that we're working on. And of course, the PAFs has to be submitted in a timely manner, and we will do that in our division. However, there are some external fund programs that we have. We want to make sure that those budget revision request forms are completed and signed in accordance. So with that, that's what we have on our end. As you requested, Mr. Chair, we'll go ahead and provide that in the spreadsheet format to Ms. Angelita Benali. General wage adjustment. We have over 200 employees within our division. And that is 2021, don't lay 2022, we're up to date and verify a Department of Personnel Management. So spreadsheet don't the general fund is on the so external fund is on the external fund the initiate the budget revision form so at this time we have nothing that is pending from 2020 to 2021 and 2021 to 2022. And I do have Ms. Toddy that is on the call, and we did send a memorandum to all the divisions throughout the Navajo Nation. I'm sure there's other divisions besides Division of Human Resource, but I know we're focused just on our oversight at this time. Thank you, Shiche.
Okay. It's crazy. They all have been paid over there. Okay, thank you. Tsui, Dr. Fowler. Again, the committee is awaiting the receipt of that spreadsheet so that we know that everything's in order. So with that, Ms. Benali, in your view, those 3 items, they've been reported on.
Yes, Dr. Fowler did answer them one at a time, and she indicated that all of the employees within her division have been given the general wage adjustment for years of 2020 to 2021, and then also they're all given the general wage adjustment from
Thank you, Ms. Benali. So let's then, committee members, do you have any questions for Dr. Fowler? Okay. Thank you, Dr. Fowler. Let's now proceed to the Division of General Services. I heard Oliver Arvizo introduce himself. So, Mr. Arvizo.
Good morning, Chairman. So, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
The council hasn't confirmed you yet.
And I'm waiting, so we'll get there.
I'm glad you, and that's the chair's form of a little bit of humor to relax you.
No problem. Well, thank you, Chairman So there. Well, good morning, committee members and Chair. Just want to say thank you guys for the opportunity here. I'll be reporting for Division of General Services. As mentioned with Dr. Fowler, yes, I did receive the notification at 9:05 today on the meeting. So I kind of scrambled to get the information, but the good news tracking on all of, I reached out to all of the departments and programs under Division of General Services, and I'll go down the line here. I'll read the first question. Letter I, have all the Navajo Nation employees within your division receive the general wage adjustment for 2020 through 2021? And the answer for general services is yes. The second question, I, have all the Navajo Nation employees within your division receive the general wage adjustment for the years of 2021 and through 2022? The answer is yes. Question number 3, I, if there are any Navajo Nation employees within your division who have not received general wage adjustments between 2020 through 2021 or 2021 and 2022, what is the timeline of your division or department will plan to guarantee and confirm that all Navajo Nation employees have retroactively received the general wage adjustments? Because of the late notice, we will generate the information and find out if there has been any. The only concern or question, not question, but is broadband. Broadband is under a different setup, so I will get that information to you guys, and I'll email that information. Also, the spreadsheet, as mentioned, to be emailed. We'll get that out today to send up to Ms. Benali. And let's see, let's just make sure. So committee, that is my report. Kind of short here because with the information, it's pretty straightforward. It's been already budgeted in the fiscal years as they come. So we're looking good on our end. So thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Arvizo. Committee members, any questions? I know we're all multitasking. So we'll await that spreadsheet. Ms. Benali, do you have any follow-up you would like to present?
5D, no, sir. I believe that Mr. It answered the questions. It's for broadband. We can get clarification on the spreadsheet, what means that there's separate.
Mr. Arvizo, could you expound on your comment on the broadband?
Yes, let me see here. If I can have my senior planner, I think he's on the line. Marcus, Mr. Yazzie, can you, are you there on the line? Can you elaborate a little bit more on broadband? Okay, I guess he's not on the line yet. But okay, so for broadband, and I'll go off of what I was explained. So broadband has a different lineup, and we'll go with Royetta. Are you on the line? I guess she's not on the line either. Okay, maybe they're not on the call. I just tried checking to see if they're here. Okay, so if anything, I can I'll provide the information on the spreadsheet. I don't have the exact information. I don't want to steer you wrong. Broadband came on about it was approved sometime last year before I actually came on board with General Services, and then it was moved over specifically to General Services. They have a different budget funding that is not yearly. It's expanded over, if I'm not mistaken, the next 4 years. So, but that information I can get to in the spreadsheet and detail a little more of the information. So, Chairperson, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Avisa. I guess just to give you heads up, within the next few days, the committee would look at the funding that was approved to do the ADA on Navajo Nation facilities. And Friday's meeting, we had some, I guess, issues, and we would address it at a follow-up meeting. NOSHA, facilities maintenance within your division, and then folks that are with Office of Special Education Rehab Services and other folks that, and then of course the handicapable council. I can't remember the exact name, but we have some advocates over there that basically pushed for special funding to make Navajo Nation facilities ADA accessible. And one of the primary thoughts from the committee is where the polling places will be this coming year is within, the almost 34 days from here. Where that will be a big issue, and how can we best make the facilities accessible for some of our citizens. So that's how we'll look at it very soon, and it'll be dependent on the committee's schedule. It may be separate from the regular meeting.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, and if I can report, Chairman, so real quick, I have a few information. Facility maintenance department is working on the ADA compliance work. Contractor is on board addressing 7 buildings in the area already, as they're ready to start advertising for more sites, and that's they're going off of the 2016 assessment reports, and the priorities will be the buildings listed on the legislation. The same token, others may be added in the future there. Unfortunately, though, chapters and Head Start are not included due to receiving direct funding. So I just want to point that out. that as far as where we're at with ADA compliance. So thank you, Chair.
Okay, that 2016 assessment that you're talking about, is it a big, thick document? We got one from the seniors Center Doltex program, and that thing is like almost 4 inches thick, the documents in their
Yes,
assessment.
it is very big, very big. So
okay.
But yes, that's the 2016 building assessment report. So based off of that information is what facilities is working off of. So thank you, Chairman. So
okay, thank you. All right, committee members. Miss Angelica Benali, how do you think we should we, let me back up, after each division's presentation, should we have a motion to accept the report?
Unless you want to amend the agenda. I did indicate some motion in the bill for
Okay.
recording regarding their own.
Okay, committee members, let's back up just a few steps. Item 5A, the Division of General Services. What was presented verbally will have a follow-up with a spreadsheet presentation. Committee members. The chair is open to a motion to accept that aspect of the report. Division of Human Services and Personnel Management. Motion. We have a motion by Honorable Edison Monica. Second by Honorable Pernell Halona. Committee members, any questions, discussion? If not, then let's have a roll call vote on the motion to adopt the presentation, the report from the Division of Human Services and Department of Personnel Management.
Yes, Chairman, so roll call vote on accepting the report. Honorable Paul Begay, how do you vote? Honorable Paul Begay, how do you vote? Honorable Pernell Halona, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Charlene So, how do you vote?
I vote green.
Thank you. Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Edison Juanica, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Edison Juanica votes green. Honorable Paul Begay, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Chairman, we have 4 members voting in the affirmative, 0 opposing, chairman not voting, and 1 member excused. Chairman?
Thank you. For the vote, committee members, now let's go to the Division of General Services. We heard from Mr. Oliver Orviso. There would be also the presentation of the spreadsheet as well as a follow-up on the broadband. And again, it's a new program. It's pre-existing with probably no staffing. And so with the acceptance and implementation of the CARES Act funding as well as the ARPA funding. There are staff at the broadband office now. There will be a follow-up briefing presented by the Division of General Services committee members. What are your thoughts?
Oh, is that what we're doing now? Motion to accept the report.
General Services.
The General Services.
Yeah.
Motion to accept the report for General Services.
Thank you, Honorable Halona. Committee members, do I hear a second? Okay. A second by Honorable Edison Winika. Committee members, Honorable Begay, Honorable So, do you have any questions or comments regarding the presentation by Division Director Oliver Arvizo regarding the general wage adjustments for the staff within the Division of General Services? If there are none, then could we have the roll call vote to accept that report?
Yes, Chairman. So roll call vote on accepting the report. Honorable Paul Begay, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona, how do you vote? Honorable. Thank you. Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Charlene So, how do you vote?
I vote green.
Thank you. Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Edison Juanica, how do you vote? Green. Thank you. Honorable Edison Juanica votes green. Chairman, we have 4 members voting in the affirmative, 0 opposing, and Chairman not voting. Chairman?
Thank you. So, committee members, and then thank you to the presenters. So we're up to speed now. Let's go to item 5C, Department of Tele Education. We have Dr. Harold Begay and Dr. Carmen Moffett.
Thank you, Honorable Chair Daniel So, and our HESI committee members. This is Dr. Begay from Doty, Superintendent of Schools. I'm not at all certain what is being requested of us in this agenda. I just recently received this about an hour ago, and so I've asked around, and so it would be helpful if I could get some feedback on this particular agenda item.
Thank you, Dr. Begay. Basically, it evolved from concerns of staff within the Department of Family Services within the Division of Social Services, where certain employees hadn't made statements to the committee that they hadn't gotten their FY20, FY21, or the FY22 general wage adjustments. And So the committee asked for a hearing. We wanted to get sworn statement from staff within those division directors as well as staff. However, legislative council basically stated that we couldn't proceed in that manner because of some legal issues that the committee would run into. So that's how come we went back to just receiving a report. So within this agenda, at the front end, there is the small I, small double I, and small triple I. So what we're asking the division is to report whether they have everybody all afforded general wage adjustment from 20 to 21. That's generally referred to as 21. And then from 21 to 22, generally referred to as 23. And then the triple I basically is talking about what would be the timelines to implement the 5% general wage adjustment that was approved within the current fiscal year that we just started. So that's what we're asking for. The committee basically expanded it to include all the divisions and departments within oversight of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. So for this clarification, I have two staff who work very closely with payroll and finance, and one of our staff has been out and will be out for about a week. She is not feeling well at all. The other person has not gotten back to me. I emailed her earlier this morning, about half an hour ago. Julia Mitchell, has been very diligent with working with our finance department in absence of, again, our finance accountant, who we have yet to bring on board, and we don't have anyone, again, applying for this particular position. But I myself, I do not have the specific information that HESI is asking for. But I'm gonna await a reply from Mrs. Mitchell, who takes care of our budget. And again, I offer my apologies on this confusion on my part. Thank you very much.
Miss Angelita Benali, some advice to the committee?
Mr. Chair, and members of the Health Committee, perhaps what the division or the Department of Finite Education is submit a written report. Mr. Staff, Ms. Mitchell.
Okay, thank you. Committee members, what are your thoughts? Committee members, what are your thoughts?
That's the only way we can take care of it.
Okay. All right. All right, Dr. Begay, Dr. Moffett, the committee will await the submittal of a spreadsheet and a written report regarding the 3 items that the committee is requesting. And if we could get it before 5 today, would really help the committee as we proceed forward.
Honorable Chair, yes, we can readily get that information to the HESA committee before 5 today. Thank you very much.
Okay. Committee members, pending the receipt of that report, we'll defer a motion and a second to adopt that report. We'll just defer on it. That would be the chair's decision. So let's now proceed to the Veterans Administration. Mr. James Swerline.
Good morning, Chair. So this is Deputy Executive Director, Mr. Hubert Smith.
Good morning, Mr. Smith.
Oh, yeah,
you understand. Oh, you understand the presentation, right?
Yes, Chair.
You may proceed.
Good morning to all the committee members, as well as people that are on the line. For the Navajo Nation Veterans Administration, question number 1, have all the Navajo Nation employees within your department received the general wage adjustment for year 2020 to year 2021? Yes, we have, sir. Question number 2, have all the Navajo Nation employees within your department received the general wage adjustment for 2021 to 2022? Yes, all our employees have received the general wage adjustment for that fiscal year. And question number 3, if there are any Navajo Nation employees within your department who have not received a general wage adjustment for 2021 to 2022 and 2020 to 2021, what is the timeline your department will plan to guarantee and confirm that all Navajo Nation employees have retroactively received the general wage adjustment? Currently, all our employees are up to date with the general wage adjustment. Therefore, no retroactive payments are being requested at this time. And that is my report, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Community members, any questions? So you're basically saying that it was recently approved and the employees within your department will receive retroactive pay?
No, that was the question, Chair. So is if there are any Navajo Nation employees within your department, but currently all our employees are up to date with the general wage adjustment. So therefore, no retroactive payment is being requested.
Dr. Sheila, committee members, how do you wish to proceed with this? Honorable Pernell Helena.
Thank you. we're getting a lot of questions about that a lot of people are not getting paid the wage adjustment increase. How long has it been since you guys did your performance on your wage increase? That's the question I have. Sure.
Thank you, Honorable Halona. Mr. Smith.
Chair So, can you please repeat that question?
I was trying to ask how long.
Mr. Smith.
Yes, Chair.
I don't think that
Mr. Smith, did you get that question from Honorable Halona?
Chair, I wasn't able to hear the question. I believe Delegate Halona, his microphone went out when he was asking the question. So I was not able to hear the question from Delegate Halona, Chair So.
The third time.
Honorable Halona, please repeat.
Okay, let me find out. Can you hear me now, sir?
Chair Halona, yes, I can hear now, sir.
Okay, I was just trying to find out when all this process has been completed, where the cost of living increase has been given out. And you said there was nobody else that was in line. How long ago has this been done? Because we've been getting a lot of calls from different people that they didn't receive any cost of living increase. That's the main reason why we're having this meeting, to find out where everybody's at. So I was just kind of curious on that. You said you had everything taken care of. If that's the case, then I'm trying to find out how long ago that was. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Halona. Mr. Smith.
Yes, Chair. So Delegate Halona, I believe according to our office specialist, her report will contain the dates on when all the general wage adjustments were given to our employees. And we will send that to Hess later on at your request.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Honorable Halona, you got follow-up?
Okay, yeah, thank you, Chair, and I would appreciate you sending that to us so we can examine it. And thank you for your information. I'll wait for the report to come in before I look at it and give any more questions. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Halona. Mr. Smith? But again, the committee's looking for it before 5 o'clock today.
Yes, Chair. Thank you.
And Ms. Angelita Benali, let's do a follow-up email to make sure that all the other folks abide by the question that Honorable Halona. When did the particular staff members get their general wage adjustment approved and incorporated into their salary? Thank you, committee members. So the chair is looking for a motion to accept the Department of Veterans Administration report. Motion, Helena, accept the report.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Helena. Do I hear a second? Second by Honorable Carl Slater. Carl Slater showed up at about 15 minutes ago. I didn't acknowledge him. Fine, but he's sitting here. He's part of the panel now. So could we have the roll call vote?
Yes, Chairman, so roll call vote on accepting the report. Honorable Paul Begay, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Honorable Pernell Helona, how do you vote?
Green. Green.
Thank you. Honorable Pernell Helona votes green. Honorable Charlene So, how do you vote?
Mandatory. I don't think anybody.
Honorable Charlene So, how do you vote? Honorable Edison Wanika, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Edison Wanika votes green. Honorable Carl Slater, how do you vote?
Green. Green.
Thank you. Honorable Carl Slater votes green. Honorable Charlene So, how do you vote? Chairman, we have 4 members voting in the affirmative, 0 opposing, chairman not voting, and 1 member not voting. Chairman?
Thank you. So we will now move on to the Division of Social Services. We have Ms. Deanna Neswit-Gishi on the call.
Good morning, Chairman So and members of the Health, Education, and Services Committee. This is Deanna Neswit-Gishi. So thank you for the opportunity to provide update report to the committee. Our report is being finalized and it should be sent within minutes of my presentation. In regards to the first area, have all nomination employees within your division receive the general wage adjustment for the fiscal year 2021, which is October 1, 2020 to September 30, 2021. The answer for all 8, meaning the Office of Executive Director, Department of Family Services, Department for Self-Reliance, Department of Child Care and Development, Navajo Treatment Center for Children and Families, the Navajo Indian Child Welfare Act Program, Developmental Disabilities Program, and the Navajo Family Assistance Services Program. All 8 departments or programs are on the BJ scale. There is 1 Department of Family Services. There are 64 staff that are needing their back pay adjustment, meaning that when all of the budget revisions were complete and the Department of Family Services staff were put onto the BJ scale, we needed to do a back pay for that general wage adjustment. So they are on BJ scale, but there are 105 Department of Family Service staff that a back pay is in progress to make up the difference from the BC scale to the BJ scale. So that's for the first area of Section A. Section B, have all the nomination employees within your division department receive the general wage adjustment. So again, the Department of Family Services, they are on the BQ scale. We will have to do an adjustment for 41 of the staff to go from the BJ scale to the BQ scale, and that is in progress at this point. Department of Self-Reliance, there are 2 staff that have not been updated to the BQ scale, which was effective October 1st, 2021. And those are in progress. One was a transfer from Department of Family Services. And so they are working on that at this point. So it would be where Department of Family Services updates that. And then the Department for Self-Reliance will assist in that area. Department of Child Care and Development, there is one staff that is not on the BQ scale. That employee did not go in, they call it an automation of employee assignments. And so a manual PAF is in process right now at this point. All the other departments and programs, all of their staff are on the BQ scale, meaning Navajo Units for Children and Families, the Developmental Disabilities, the Navajo Indian Child Welfare Act, Navajo Family Assistance Services, Office of the Executive Director, all of those departments and programs are on the BQ scale. The final area is question C. When will the division departments have the general wage adjustments for 2021 or 2022? The timeline. The Department of Family Services, they do have all of that is in progress. So they have before December 31st, 2022, Department for Self-Reliance and Department of Child Care and Development, those are in progress. And so when we're having to work with external funding, we do have to do budget revisions to absorb any back pay costs to have the employee on the correct pay scale. So those are in process. Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee.
Thank you, Ms. Gishi. Committee members, any questions? Honorable Vice Chair Carl Slater, you have the floor.
Ms. Evans, did you say that you? Sorry, we're working on our muting over here. Did you say that you're going to be submitting a written report? I guess that's my first question.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chair. Yes, we do have a 2-page report for each of the 3 questions answered by the appropriate department or program. And so we do have that finalized, and again, it should be sent momentarily. Yes, it will be a written report.
Ms. Nesbitt Gishi, have you submitted the spreadsheet for those folks or the numbers of positions and when their adjustments were implemented?
Thank you, Chairman So, for that question. We do have a written report and specifically to a spreadsheet of when the budget revisions were submitted. That is not on the report. We can add that as well as an attachment. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Honorable Carl Slater, you got follow-up?
Yes, thank you. Chair, or actually, I'd like to ask, how long is it going to take for the program to complete their report? Because I'd rather us maybe recess for however long that period might be. The big impetus for having today's meeting was the Division of Social Services, and I really think we have a commitment to the employees to ensure that we have a strong resolution on where everything's at. And it would be easier to accept the oral report had there not been so many contradictions in the prior presentation at last week's meeting. So, or was it 2 weeks ago? That's where I stand, Chair. I want to have something in writing. I don't want to have Director Nezwagishi have to restate everything she just stated. That was way too quick to comprehend everything within a short period of time fully.
Thank you, Vice Chair Slater. Let's see, we are at 11:29. What are your thoughts? To recess until 2 p.m. and reconvene?
Well, Chair, how about we ask the program how long will it be until this report can be?
Ms. Nezwagishi? How long would it be to compose the report based on Honorable Vice Chair Slater's questions and comments?
Thank you, Chairman So, and then thank you, Nugget Slater, for our Vice Chair, for your follow-up question. And so the written report is complete. In regards to a spreadsheet to demonstrate when the documents were submitted to upgrade the to do the back pay from the BC to BJ scale, which I'm saying is in process. That would probably take maybe, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. Honorable Chair, so I see on the agenda, Dr. Jim is next, and we can try and get this to you. And if we can defer and come back after Dr. Jim, that would be a request, Mr. Chair.
Chair, I would motion to just move forward to the Department of Health, and then we'll come back to Social Services after we accept the Department of Health's report.
All right. Committee members, you concur to move on to Navajo Department of Health, and that would give time for Division of Social Services.
Yeah, I approve on that, Chair.
Okay. So we'll defer to this Division of Social Services report and go on to the Department of Health. Dr. Jill Jim, you have the floor to present the report.
Yes, good morning, Sanaa and HES committee members, as well as those on the line. I just am emailing my written report right now, and you'll see that a bit in your email. But we have 3 divisions, and we have the Office of Executive Director office, as well as staff under our division. We are up to date on most of the GWA for 2021 for all of the programs and divisions. For the 2021 to 2022, we have 1 program that's working on their 2 employees, and then we have 1 that's reallocating funds. And then, which is a smaller program, and we have 2 programs where they're doing their budget revisions and transfers. Otherwise, all other programs are up to date, and we should have this available before the end of the calendar year for December. So, but their documents are when their documents are being routed, and when they need to look for funds. But otherwise, more than 70% of the funding for the Department of Health uses external funding. So we're up to date in most areas. And so I just wanted to share that with you. Are there any questions?
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jim. Committee members, any questions?
Chair, I have a question.
Honorable Carl Slater, you have the floor.
Thank you. Dr. Jim, that was pretty quick. Can you restate how many outstanding employees have yet to receive this past year's GWA?
2 programs, which probably equal to less than 20 staff.
And what is the reason for them not obtaining the general wage adjustment?
One, they're short staffed, so we haven't had an accountant for quite some time, so we're waiting on a new manager to start, but that impacts only 2 employees. The one with no manager, the other program, I have not received information why they're barely doing a budget revision. So I can certainly report back to you on their reason, but otherwise that impacts less than 20 staff out of, I guess, close to or near 600 employees.
Chair, can I ask a follow-up?
Yes. Honorable Carl Slater, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I'm confused. At first you said 2 programs and 20 employees, and then you said 1 program and 2 employees, and then another program.
That's the same programs. Yeah, the same 2 programs. So there's 2 programs that haven't paid out their staff. One has no manager, the delegated person. So we're waiting for a new manager. So they have funding. There is external funding, so we will address that, and they're aware of that. The second program is a budget revision that's en route, but I don't know the reason why they delayed it. But otherwise, we will get this done before the end of the calendar year.
And do you think that the number of affected employees is about 20 across the whole division or department?
I would say less than 20, yes.
Are those employees aware that they have not received their general wage adjustment? What are the programs?
The Office of Environmental Health and Health Education. Yes, the employees are aware of it.
So are they on the FY21 pay scale?
If that's the case, yeah. Well, no, they should be up to date with their pay scale. It's just that their GWA needs to be adjusted. You're asking about GWA in the report.
Sorry, I meant the GWA. Are they?
They should be all up.
The GWA affects the pay scale, right? So.
Yes, you can't get, yes, but their pay scale should be all up to date, but I can check that if you want to. But I think all of them should be up to date.
Sure. I think we should schedule follow-ups with the Department of Health and Division of Social Services after we've received something in writing from them that has some sort of confirmation from OMB-OOC.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chair. Later, we did give latitude to general services to submit respective of the broadband since they are new funding. And we did give latitude to Department of Education, but the first objective was to email those reports by the end of business day today. And if you're not comfortable with what was presented by Social Services and Department of Health, we could defer to another day.
for this follow-up.
Well, Chair, I mean, I thought it was emphasized all the programs that we wanted to convene in person, and that's why we met here in the council chamber, and it appears that none of them have shown up in person, so it's really dissatisfying that we made this effort on behalf of our employees who are getting stiffed, and we weren't even given the dignity of some written reports on the information we asked for. So I think we need I don't know, Chair. I guess I'd look at your guidance. What should we convene next week? Should we give them another week? I mean, it's money out of our employees' pockets while inflation seems to just keep eroding everyone's paycheck.
Thank you, Honorable Slater. Committee members, how shall we proceed?
Delegate Paul Begay.
Honorable Paul Begay, you have the teleconference floor.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Vice Chair and members of the committee, and all the reports that are being given here. I do agree with Honorable Slater's recommendation. Either way, you know, we're looking at more than 2 hours recess to get this report ready. Some of us are multitasking. I'm in Twin Arrows with the ARPA funding update. So, George Deliagoshi. Oh, yeah, this Tele. So I just wanted to concur with Delegate Slater's recommendation for next week. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Che. Let's discuss it further. Honorable Vice Chair Slater.
Thank you, Chair. So, and thank you, Dr. Jim. I see the email that you sent at 11:37 with the matrix on your programs. So for the GWA for 20 to 21, all of the programs were received. And then for 21 to 22, it's just as you said, environmental health and protection program and the health education program does not appear it's been implemented. But under Daltex, it says, what is your timeline if GWA not received? And it says 2 employees before 2020 due 12/30/2022. Can you explain what that means? I don't fully understand it. Does that mean 2 employees didn't receive the 2020, 2021, and 2022 GWA? Or, I mean, what does that mean? Because the 2 boxes to the left say yes. So, thank you. I'd like clarification.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chair Slater. Dr. Jill Jim.
Yes, you're exactly correct. So we had a changeover in staffing, as you know, and we do have a delegated HSA with the program. So this was brought to my attention until recently. So yes, so technically, I guess it would be no and no, because the 2 employees would have to be, still have to get caught up with their GWA. So for some reason, I don't know that exact reason why there was 2 employees that were impacted. So we're working on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification, Dr. Jim. Further discussion? Honorable Vice Chair Slater.
Chair, I guess what I would propose at this time is that we reconvene we do a follow-up at the end of the month. Let's get a written report from social services as soon as possible, but hopefully no later than, well, let's just say as soon as possible. And then perhaps on the 24th, we could have a special meeting, or just add it as an agenda item under reports on the 26th and see where they're at in the implementation of the GWAs. I think we've made our point, and right now it's just a matter of coordinating between the DSS programs, the Department of Health programs, and is it broadband, and then a follow-up from Dodie, but to ensure that they're being processed. All right, Chair. Well, we can expedite that timeline. So I'll move to add a report on the 12th for follow-up, and maybe we can just have that as a recurring agenda item. I know Budget and Finance has done that, has in past years has done that with Daltex and different items until this is taken care of. So Ms. Benali, can you program on to October 12th with follow-up with Dodie, General Services, Social Services, and Department of Health on the status of their GWAs? Thank you. And then I'll motion to accept the Department of Health report. And Dr. Jim, if you can modify the report to indicate what you conveyed on the Daltex portion and resend that. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll accept the motion by Honorable Vice Chair Carl Slater, second by Honorable Edison Monica. Committee members, any further discussion? Okay. Ms. Angelita Benali, seeking your advice on. Let's do this motion. One to accept Department of Health report that we just received, and then the second part of the motion to keep this item as a recurring item until we fully address the general wage adjustment. Your thoughts on that? And then we hadn't accepted the report by Division of Social Services. How shall we best proceed?
Mr. Chair, on number E or E5E, Division of Social Services, you can defer it until a written report is received. And that'll be by the committee, and we can put that on also on the next agenda, like you were requesting for this issue to be a reoccurring item until all reports are received. And for Navajo Department of Health, you can also accept it. I believe that was the motion, and the second motion by Delegate Slater and second by Delegate Winnicott on accepting the Department of Health report. However, they also are going to be, I believe, fulfilling their report and clarifying some questions that arose by the committee members. And as the committee did request to have this be placed under reports on October 12th for the Department of Education, General Services, the Division of Social Services, and the Navajo Department of Health.
Thank you. Okay, let's take it to a vote.
Yes, Chairman So, roll call vote on accepting the report. Honorable Paul Begay, how do you vote?
I'll get Paul Begay vote screen.
Thank you. Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona, how do you vote? Thank you. Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Charlene So, how do you vote? Honorable
I
Charlene
vote
So.
green.
Thank you. Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Edison Juanica, how do you vote? Thank you. Honorable Edison Juanica votes green. Honorable Carl Slater, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Carl Slater votes green. Chairman, we have 5 members voting in the affirmative, 0 opposing, and Chairman not voting. Chairman?
Thank you, staff, for the roll call vote. I guess for all the folks, I hope they're still on the call. The division directors, for all the folks we asked to appear before the committee and to submit spreadsheets and report. Committee members, let's just verify that the Navajo Department of Health, Dr. Jill Jim, has submitted a report, and it's on our email. So we're still waiting for the other folks, even though they've committed to do it. And just for the record, the chair and the committee feel frustrated that there hasn't been attention to this particular the purpose for this special meeting. General wage adjustment. It affects the pocketbooks of our employees. And we commend those divisions that have implemented the general wage adjustment for the 3 previous fiscal years. And we're concerned that the ones that deliver essential governmental services to our underprivileged constituency that really need help. Our employees deliver the services, but the supervisors, the directors, the managers, the division directors hasn't seen fit to make sure that those employees are getting what the council has approved for the 3 previous fiscal years, and that is of big concern. With that, committee members, we basically have reached the new business, there being none, old business, there being none. 8, close of meeting. So in going forward, committee members, on our announcements, Honorable Vice Chair Slater clarified that the due date for ARPA projects from the chapters it's for those folks that want to put their projects and expenditure plans on the fall session agenda. And if the chapters aren't ready, then there would be follow-up special sessions to address those. So that clarification. So
we can relax a little bit until our chapters, we meet with our chapters. I know they're working hard, trying to get items lined up. With ALA committee members, any further items? We do have, and on the New Mexico site, just remember, this month we have to general obligation bond request. Or committees of the legislatures requesting that, and then ICIP projects. Okay, great. I know some of my chapters are working on it. Miss Angelica Benelli, do you have any announcements for the committee?
Mr. Chair and members of the Health, Education, and Human Services Committee, we did receive an email from the Department of Personnel Management by Ms. Rashida Toddy, and it does indicate all of their departments and that their wage, the general wage adjustments have been processed for all employees, and none of them are on back pay.
Okay, that makes two. Okay, thank you, Ms. Toddy, for sending that email. Navajo committee members. Honorable Slater, did you get a little bit of snow at the higher elevation?
At the higher elevations, yeah. Up to
Yeah, there's a little bit of snow right there in the Bona Pass this morning. And that's, roads were really slick, so I had to slow down and coming down.
mainly rain now.
Mainly rain, yeah. Yeah. Okay, listen, the muddy roads, they continue. And I know that in the Sandoval County, 3 chapters, maybe back on remote again. Yes. How do we get? My thoughts are NDOT. How come they don't lease extra equipment? We have equipment all over the reservation. We don't have any operators. Oh, okay. Maybe Honorable Vice Chair. How about another caucus?
Working on the council.
Yes. Yes. Let's talk about that. With that, put a thought out there for our colleagues in other caucus so we can address emergency management as well as roads is my thoughts. Honorable Vice or Honorable Alona.
Yeah, that emergency management, 14 already putting out the notice about it. Add to the emergency management. Some of the chapters like Trashy's right.
Yeah. And
money that they're trying to fix the roads, so you want the other chapters.
yes. Okay. That would be something that we really need to address in the caucus. That way we don't have to really convene. That caucus really worked the last time. Yeah. And we appreciate your leadership in that, Honorable Vice Chair Slater. With ALA committee members, the chair is open for a motion to adjourn. Motion by Honorable Vice Chair Slater. Second by Honorable Colonna. Motion to adjourn, no discussion, no debate. Ramona, please, provide the roll call.
Yes, Chairman, roll call vote on adjourning the meeting. Honorable Paul Begay, how do you vote?
Paul Begay votes green.
Thank you. Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Charlene So, how do you vote?
I vote green.
Thank you. Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Edison Juanica, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Edison Juanica votes green. Honorable Carl Slater, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Honorable Carl Slater votes green. Chairman, we have 5 members voting in the affirmative, 0 opposing, and Chairman not voting. Chairman?
Thank you. So committee members, the work doesn't slow down, it's speeding up.
I know.
Yes, so committee members, be safe, travel safe, and let's stay in contact as we move forward, as we gear up for the New Mexico legislature, as well as pushing our projects forward and implementing the other items. With ALA committee members, we are adjourned.
Green or you want?